Hi everyone, welcome back to the European Monkeys YouTube channel. Yes, I found the login to this account again and we're going to be posting more often on here if I were to ever get more clips. And before I go ahead and give you guys an update on where we have been the past few months, yes, this is a looped video of me talking, and this video was recorded for the TikTok channel. However, the one that I recorded for the YouTube channel, I can't save it in my library for some reason. So you're just going to have to make do with this looped video or, so yeah, basically for the past few months, it has been a roller coaster of emotions for the European Monkeys. I made our last video 8 months ago announcing our 3-year anniversary, which means that as of now, TEM has nearly been around for 4 years, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, basically, ever since that video, I got captain of the European Monkeys back, and mid-season 11, we finished second in seeding, and unfortunately got knocked out really early in the bracket, which was not super ideal, but, at least we were able to qualify for the bracket. And not mid-season 11, but after season 11, but before season 12, we gotten a new players, and it was looking bright for us. We were beating some really good teams, and we were just popping off. However, that all changed the second some other teams basically stole our players, because we were at a slight, we were on a, it was a low point. We were at a low point kind of, because I wasn't able to remain active 24/7, and some players got fed up with it and left for other teams. And basically that was already a huge blow for us. So we had to get new players, obviously. And basically we had to, rebuild chemistry and all. And after the rebuild, it was looking okay. We had some quality players. However, that did not last long, as right before season 12 started, the new teams were announced and getting their players. I noticed that quite a few of our players just abruptly left the team for other teams, and we had to rebuild again. So that was not ideal at all for us. So what we had to do here is obviously revamp again, and season 12 started. And let me tell you guys, spoiler alert, it was the worst season that TM has ever had to go through. If we managed to go official next season, it would be a miracle, but let me get into it now. So basically, what happened was our first scrim was versus TAM, and we lost that 5-1. Huge arguments broke out. A player left. Some people were making delusional claims and all that. Delusional claims as in, blaming others for a loss or whatever. However, I don't think you could have excused your way out of this. I think it was a really bad scrim. And then our next scrim turned out to be even worse. It was versus Rose, and they had, hours before the scrim, they had 2 or 3 players and had to get some subs for the scrim, and they joined the team last minute. This scrim should have been ours, but no, we lost 5-3, which was just absolutely atrocious, which caused another player to leave. We had to replace him again. And then next scrim was just the worst. I think this one was the worst. This one was arguably top. I think it's even on par with the worst scrim that TM has ever had in CGT. It is not because it's not we got time capped every round and we lost 5-0 or whatever. No, it's the way we lost was so terrible. The thing is, we faced CG in this scrim, and basically they were winning, and we were performing ass like usual. And yeah, one of our players rage quit. One of the others headset died. Then I had to sub in, and for context, I am not a very active CDT player, or like as a player, but I also was not very prepared to sub in at that time, so I had to abruptly join. And basically, what happened next made me kick like 3 players off of the roster. All of a sudden, I'm on my own tagging them. It was a 3v3 at that point, and I am lucky to have not gotten time capped. It was over 2 minutes, but I'm not sure exactly how much. However, yeah, we got they got over 2 minutes or so, and because I was on my own, I had to get subs. The only other person that was available was available was not willing to sub due to a certain rule that makes you talk in game. And no, he had nothing to hide, but he was not very, how do I say, he was a bit insecure about his voice because he's not, how do I say, he's been in comp for some time and people wouldn't expect him to sound very young, let's say. So yeah, that was that. We had to forcefully forfeit that scrim. And yeah, that was just terrible. I kicked 3 players off of the roster, and with that resulting in another player leaving. So we had 4 open slots on our team. We had to replace those with other players, and then we faced Berserk in our next scrim, which we actually won. It was a decently close scrim, but yeah, nonetheless, I'm glad we won that because that was a slight turning point. However, it was not enough. I'll get into that in a bit, but basically, we had some false accusations after that scrim, and that was that. However, next scrim, we won by auto forfeit versus SV because they got disbanded, which left us with a record of 2 wins and 3 losses, which was just not enough to go into a qualifying round for the bracket, and basically the qualifiers for the bracket, basically, if you know what I mean. We just missed out on that. Had we won 1 extra scrim, we would have been in that round, but no. So yeah, that was that. And basically at that point, people thought like, all right, this is wraps. It's wraps for the team. And some people I knew very well thought like, there's no way they're coming back from this. And maybe they're right. Maybe next season we don't get chosen because of that horrible performance. But anyway, ever since that scrim, or ever since we got knocked out, didn't even qualify for bracket for season 13, season 12 I meant, I just locked in ever since. I've been getting new players. We've been building up chemistry with these new players, and so far everything is going well. We've been actually winning scrims now. Team practices are getting more and more effective, and everything is just going so much better than before now. So I can guarantee you guys, season 13, if we compete in it, will be a much better season than season 12 by far. So yeah, that's that. Also, even I am coming back to the game, sort of. I'm like preparing for next CDT season, trying to make sure I am somewhat ready to actually compete in a, pro setting with actual pros, not just some GTC teamies. So yeah, that's what I've been doing the past few weeks or so. It has been going decent. Like, how do I say? I definitely have lost a major step, but, I hope I can, start getting back into the game competitively soon. But yeah, that's basically how we've, that's basically update on the team. It is, it's been a roller coaster of emotions. There has been so many ups and downs. we have just had to do whatever we can to make sure we do not fall in a deeper hole, whether that is recruiting players who we don't think are 100% ready for CDT yet. Well, not now, but like during that period, we had to basically recruit players who we thought like, all right, look, it's either him or nobody else. And yeah, or like either them or nobody else, because there were multiple players. But yeah, it was just a mess in general. And as you can imagine, that left a huge stain on our reputation, which was already not good. But yeah, anyway, I hope to see y'all next video.